Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Fired up about that. I get fired up about it for a few reasons. Just like you, it's Friday. But also, like yesterday's program and the day before's program, this was a wild and woolly week in a bad way. You could tune in and be like, God, this guy's just negative. This guy's cynical. This guy's jaded. It was a bad crime week in New Orleans. We weren't moving on up to the east side. Exactly the opposite. Sadly, it was a tough week. So it's good to not put that behind us, jettison what happened. No, focus on it more than ever, and let's fix that problem. But it's Friday, and we'll kind of downshift, take it a little easier. Come up for air. I don't want to say, it's... I love doing my show, don't get me wrong. I love doing this radio program. I love coming on every day and doing this. But having to, I don't know, remember all these characters and stuff? I got to know who Josh Cox is and Arthur Walton and Clifton Davis and Jonathan Rhodes. I got to know that Clifton Davis is the mayor's chief of staff who isn't cooperating, and Jonathan Rhodes is the one who did testify, and it led to a lot of information out there. And Josh Cox gave some info, and the IT guy, Chris Wolf, gave some info. But Clifton Davis, the chief of staff, and Arthur Walton, the director of intergovernmental affairs. It's got to keep up on all that. It gets tiring. LaToya, the destroyer, wearing you out if you're a concerned citizen. Anyway, it is a Fantasy Friday, which means Fletcher Mackel in about 15 minutes. This LIV Golf Tour thing is really interesting. I was listening to Sean Hannity for a few minutes today. Yeah, I know. That it was that bad. I'm that desperate. It's terrible. Yeah, I know. That's how bad talk radio is in this town. I landed on that for a little while. It was funny. They're talking about the LIV tour. And generally speaking, he just sort of, kind of usual Sean Hannity, doesn't know a lot of info but has a strong opinion. I wouldn't do business with the Saudis. I'm in agreement with a lot of what he's saying. And then I'm like, oh, he doesn't know that 2 of the 6 tourneys in the U.S. are on Trump courses. Ouch. Trump, somebody's going to get in touch with Hannity and straighten him out on the LIV tour. Anyway, no, it's just funny. About 3 different people talking about it, all of them, yeah, I know something about it, and throwing in stuff and then saying the next minute, LIV, that's all I know. I don't know what that means. It's the, LIV 54. That's their gimmick, 54, how many holes we play in our tournament, not 72. If you had a birdie on every hole on a par 72 course, you'd shoot 54. That's where they came up with the 54 number. It's like Tour 54. And it ain't a nightclub in New York. It's a pseudo-friendly ally that doesn't line up with our Western ideals, that's poaching the hell out of a North American sports league. That's how I look at it. I don't know how this isn't the big topic on sports talk all over the place. Seriously. I don't think sports talk folks realize what's going on now. If the PGA Tour isn't careful, if they can't figure this out, they could greatly, you could see a greatly diminished product. I hope not. I love the PGA Tour. I'm an American. I'm biased. I want North American sports leagues to be the best. I don't want to see these Saudis, especially, these pseudo-allies with terrible civil rights, record. Their record's terrible. I don't want to see them coming in because they have a $600 billion investment fund and they can throw a few billion here, a few billion there, and wreck stuff that's, born in the USA, like the PGA Tour. So call me American, a patriot, but no, it's just kind of uncool. The NBA would be an easy target, I think. But anyway, we'll talk with Fletcher Mackel about that. Saints, Pels, NBA Finals. Yeah, Zion's supposed to do his max deal. Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc., less than 30 minutes away. Love visiting with Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc. Find out about some economic development possibilities for the city, maybe a new tech company coming to town, maybe a new flight from Europe or South America, something positive. Port of New Orleans news, Michael Hecht will join us in less than 30 minutes on the program. That segment, by the way, always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant that's hiring. Go to latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. In about an hour, the 5 o'clock power hour, Frank Brigsten will join us from his restaurant in the Riverbend. It's New Orleans. I love visiting with Frank for like 10 minutes a week. Find out what's cooking, literally and figuratively. I love Frank's, kind of saying, one of his famous quotes. Brown means flavor. It does. Brown does mean flavor. Frank Brigsten in a little over an hour. Michael Hecht in a little less than 30 minutes. Oh, no. Fletcher Mackel in about 10 minutes. 4 o'clock hour brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. It didn't even take me 10 minutes to figure out what I was going to do. I knew right away. I'm a native New Orleanian. That's like in my brain, part of my DNA. I got to paint. Got to paint my house. Got to paint the interior. Got to paint a ceiling. Got to paint a wall. Got to do an entire house or building. I'm going to Helm Paint and Decorating. I'm going to talk to Joey and Ronnie Helm, Keith Main. Guys, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to go talk to Christy Helm. What color do I want? That is literally what I did. I know it sounds like a commercial. I had my guys take the aluminum siding off my house. That garbage. Somebody sent their kids through college walking down my block. It was like 80, 90% aluminum siding, I think like 30, 40 years ago when it was all put on. Now it's still about 2/3. More than half the houses, I think, still on my street have aluminum siding. Some of it looks fine. I mean, it was good quality, Alcoa. I mean, it had the Alcoa stamp on it. My guys got a few $100 at the scrapyard for it. But I want it off my house. Sanded the house. The weatherboards were in fantastic shape. Very little replacement of those Heart Pine weatherboards, 70, 80 years old. Put on a great Benjamin Moore primer. Put on not one but 2 coats of Regal Select, a lifetime paint that doesn't even require primer. I am set for life, and I did it for pennies on the dollar compared to those so-called coating companies. When a commercial says more affordable than you think, that says it's expensive. That's what that means. More affordable than you think. No, you're thinking right. It's ridiculously overpriced. Call the coating company and get an estimate, and then run to Helm Paint and Decorating and save thousands and thousands of dollars, maybe tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm not kidding. If you painted your house, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're about to paint it, take my word for it or don't, talk to a professional painter. Go with the coating company or go with the pros for over 50 years. Locals you know and trust. Free 2-hour delivery. 7 locations, including their new West Bank store. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, do it once, do it right. Helm Paint and Decorating. No, I love those guys. I'm set. Got the caulk, the primer, everything. The discs for sanding, everything. Helm Paint and Decorating. The Metro New Orleans area's paint store. Fantasy Friday. Lots of rain earlier. More expected. Funnel cloud in Lakeview. That was uncool. That can just scare the lights out of you because is this going into a tornado? Anyway, be careful out there. The roads are a little wet. So if you can get out of work early or stay later, whatever the gimmick would be to get less cars on the road about this time of, the day, that would be nice. Another summer, another season of New Orleans with no Lincoln Beach, no Pontchartrain Beach. The mayor said both would be opening soon. Is there even any progress on either one that anyone's seen? Rouse's Market's phone lines, 504-766-9480. Folks go to Pontchartrain and Lincoln Beach. Any progress being made? I don't think so. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. January 6th committee hearings. Did you watch any of that? Politics are so weird these days. Liz Cheney's a Republican, through and through, lifelong, never wavering. She's not liberal in the least bit. Republicans, lots of Republicans, especially those that love Donald Trump, hate Liz Cheney, who is a conservative through and through. She's just not a Trumpster, but she's a Republican. There's no doubt about that. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday. The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the Italian sausage with peppers or the soft-shell crab ravioli. Lunch Monday to Friday. Dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool side. NolaAC.com, your cool side.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore and Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
This is what Drew Brees thinks about Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Actually, Brees doesn't think at all about Super Discount Store, but they do have the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law for beer, alcohol, and wine. Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store!
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
When you think of Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday. It might be a wet and rainy weekend. I don't know. Jason, a.k.a. the Ragin' Cajun, a.k.a. the Man in Black. Fielding your phone calls via the Rouse's Market phone lines, 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. We were just talking about Ocean Springs, Mississippi. What a little gem Ocean Springs is. Near Biloxi, so you have access to that, but across, the little 3-mile bridge, 2-mile bridge from Biloxi, and that gap in that bridge makes a difference. You're in your own place. They got a little bluff over the beach. Pretty cool, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. And I'd say door to door from the Dome, with Grandma Drive, in an hour and a half at the worst. I think it's exit 50 off the I-10. So, you can make it to the Mississippi state line in about 30 minutes. And then it's maybe another 40 from there. So, an hour and 15 minutes. Anyway. It's time for Fridays with Fletcher. Mackel joins us from WDSU Channel 6 Sports. What's up, Fletch?
Not a lot, Corey. Thanks for having me as always.
Yep. Hey, always a pleasure, man. Love having you on the show. Hey, I don't know what's going on in the world of sports. Honestly, I guess I should correct myself. I don't listen to sports talk radio, but I'm on social media, and I don't see a lot of tweets about LIV, this Saudi Arabian-backed tour with a $600 billion investment fund where they're reportedly giving PGA pros hundreds of millions of dollars, years of salary up front, and then, hey, you play in a tournament where the purse is 3 times as much. You only play 54 holes. There's less competition. Even the last place finisher gets $100,000 plus. $5 million for the winner, except a couple of million. On and on and on. It's kind of like I don't mean to sound harsh. It's like a rape and pillage type situation almost, Fletch. This is like a major North American pro sports league, and the Saudis. This isn't Germany or France or Japan or some country that is Canada, some ally that is Western ideals that kind of mirror our own. This is a country that has a terrible civil rights, record. What do you think about this LIV? I think it is ridiculously under-discussed. And I'll finish the thought with this. The NBA is like, LIV NBA, it's ripe for that. You could put teams in the United States. You could put teams around the world. And you could buy off NBA players and coaches when you're going, hey, Fletch, this is Channel 7 in Memphis. We're going to triple your salary. We're going to give you 5 years of salary up front because we like you so much. And dude, we only want you working Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You might be gone from New Orleans, Fletch. I might be gone from my gig with that kind of, money. What do you think?
So I feel like I've seen a lot. You're right. It's not the dominant sports headline because when you talk about golf, it's not the dominant sport in North America or in the world. Soccer would be the biggest sport worldwide. And in North America, we've got football, NBA, baseball, hockey. I love golf. You love golf. My dad was a golfer. I love the Zurich Classic. I love the PGA. So I follow golf. So I feel like I have seen it because the social media that I follow, revolves around some golf coverage. But you're right. It's not at the forefront. And I do think it will continue to be a topic that may move more to the forefront. So I've read a few things on it in formulating opinions. I'm still kind of, taking it all in and I'm going to hear all the sides. But I do certainly think what these players are doing is an individualistic decision made upon money. The term that was used that I read, I forgot if it was with the Associated Press or one of the national outlets, they called it sports washing, so to say, that you referenced the horrible civil rights track record with women and LGBTQ, and what happened with Jamal Khashoggi. Obviously, the Saudi Arabians do not have a great record with that. So this isn't them investing in a product. The article that I read was fascinating. It isn't them investing in a product to make money or to truly compete with the PGA Tour. It's to bring on the biggest stars and create an entity that they are a part of that basically says, look, we do good, or we've created something good, or we're involved in this. Look left, don't look right, so to say. And that's kind of what, people would say the nation of Qatar is doing with the World Cup. And in a way, what Russia did with Sochi and in the Olympics. That the term, I'd never heard of the term sports washing before, but it's investing in sports to kind of say, we want you to see this about us, and we want you to know we're part of this, but don't pay attention to the other stuff we're part of. And yes, they are offering ungodly sums of money to a lot of these players to leave the PGA Tour. The big question I have is, and I think that's what Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods passing on this LIV tour have said, is it worth the money? Dustin Johnson obviously believes it is, $125 million to never play on the PGA Tour again because they've been suspended from the PGA Tour. He obviously believes, look, I want to play golf. I'm going to take the money. I can't turn it down. Same with Phil Mickelson. So these guys are making decisions and deciding to overlook where the money is coming from and in the history and the establishment of the PGA Tour.
And I'm assuming these contracts are Steve Young USFL-like, where they're guaranteed. LIV doesn't work next year, the year after, 5 years. Mickelson's keeping his reported $200 million. Sergio Garcia, $100 million plus. You mentioned $130 for
Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson. It's insane the amount of money that they've come up with up front for these players, multi-year deals.
Thing too. A lot of these players that we're talking about, Phil Mickelson's in his early 50s.
Oh, of course.
Right now. I know he's still a great player, but he is past his prime.
Ricky Fowler's expected to join. Reportedly, DeChambeau is already in. I mean, those are big-time, prime-time names. The other guy, Patrick Reed, everybody's favorite, the lovable teddy bear. He's supposedly hooking up. It's a lot of regular PGA players.
What I'm fascinated by following is, and look, and I've read a lot of stuff and seen on the flip side of that, the NBA's played games in China, and the NBA is going to the Middle East this year to play games. And so Formula One has races in places that don't have,
the best civil rights record. No, you're right.
But the one thing that was pointed out that, and again, I keep referencing this one article that was really fascinating, was those are the leagues making the decision, and their players can kind of be shielded from it, saying, hey, our league has made this decision. Whereas these are the, in the PGA Tour, like golf and tennis are basically, you're an individual operator, so you are making this decision on your own.
I guess it's just the obscene amount of money that these guys are making the decision on their own about and saying it's about spending time with family and blah, blah, blah. It's just the obscene amount of money. What I was talking about with you, triple your salary, all that. I was listening to Sean Hannity because I was insanely bored. I haven't listened to him on the radio in a decade. And I'm driving in and I listen for a second and he's like, maybe this will be a good format for these guys to bring up the violations in Saudi Arabia. I'm like the NBA with China and the agreements in place, the LIV with all these players, you'll never, ever hear any of these guys say a single bad word about Saudi Arabia. Not one time, never about, I'm here to help women have better rights in the country. I'm here to change their way of thinking. You will never, ever hear a word. That's part of the agreement. Saudi Arabia's not giving them $150 million so they can badmouth the country or go on a format about changing the country's politics. I mean, I'm listening to Hannity say that. I'm like, are you for real?
Look, in its simplest form, what they're going to do is they're going to sports wash it, just like the term I keep using. They're going to say, like, look, Ricky Fowler has struggled in recent years on the PGA Tour in a big way.
Yep.
So how does Ricky Fowler, who I don't think has won an event in the last 3 to 5 years and has really struggled in recent years, but is still a pretty big name, I think he's going to say, hey, I'll take the money because I'm not going to make that money anytime in my career, and I don't want to talk about anything else other than playing golf. And that's part of the whole sports washing thing is I don't want to talk about where the money's coming from or why I'm doing it. I just want to play golf, and I just want to get rich doing it. And that's what a lot of these guys are doing. The thing to me long term is what you just pointed out. How long does this league sustain? Is this going to be something that's around 3, 5, 7, 10 years? Are the best players in the world going to jump ship? Because here's the thing. The guys that you're talking, if Tiger goes, if Rory McIlroy goes.
It's over. It's over.
Well, that's the thing. Then you start to become, hey, these guys are, this is going to really hurt the PGA Tour.
No, that Saudi league becomes the Premier League and the PGA Tour becomes MLS. Hey, Fletch, we're up against the clock. We'll pick it up next week. Thanks so much.
All right, Corey.
You're the man. That's Fletcher Mackel. I don't mean to cut you off, Fletch. I could have kept going for a long, long time, but that damn brake train's coming down the tracks. Get out of the way! The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Kanye West was seen shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Yeah, you right. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. A little rain out there, so be careful. And a funnel cloud out in Lakeview earlier. Yikes. That's no bueno. Hey, every week, unless he's out on business trying to lure in some companies, a new flight, help the port, something good for the city, the metro area economic-wise. Unless he's out and about, he's with us on the program every Friday around this time. We visit with Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc. It's always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant that continues to grow. In Elmwood, over 1,200 employees on their 80-plus acre campus. They crossed Jefferson Highway and bought up a few blocks in Distributors Row area. They just can't stop growing. And that means they can't stop hiring in Elmwood. So you East Bankers and West Bankers are set, a job, a career at Latrim. North Shore folks, you don't have to beeline across the causeway. Just beeline down the I-12. Their Hammond facility is hiring. You North Shore folks are set. For a full listing of positions available, go to Latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M, Latrim.com. Michael Hecht joins us from Greater New Orleans, Inc. Michael, always a pleasure. And if we had 10, 12, 15 Latrims, we'd be Austin or Nashville. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Corey. It's been a hell of a week. I've been to COVID. I've been to Helsinki. I just don't know if I've ever actually just been to me.
I would say, isn't Helsinki this time of year like COVID?
No, it's gorgeous, man. It is.
It is
perfect.
Like
high 60s.
No, I know.
Sunny.
This is the time you want to go, I would imagine.
It was beautiful. Daylight, 24 hours a day, basically.
Wow.
It was neat.
How like literally, when did the sun finally go down?
It really didn't. You had, when it was, I was walking around at midnight, and, the sky was kind of like that light purple color, and that was about as dark as you got.
Wow.
It's that time. But you got to remember, there's a flip side, right?
Yeah, like in December, it's 3 minutes of light.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's they have a big entrepreneur festival there, kind of like Noe. They have it in November. It's called Slush.
Wow. No, I wish I were with you. But then now this is what, Corona number 2 for you?
No, first time, man. I was able to bob and weave for, 2.5 years. So this is the first time it got me. I think I picked it up when I was up in New York.
Hey, can you back away from the mic a little bit?
I'm good now, brother. I am good. I've got a letter from urgent care saying I'm clear to travel.
You got one of those January 6th committee hearing covers on the microphone? You got one of those going?
One of those mic condoms?
Yep, exactly. Michael Hecht's with us from Greater New Orleans, Inc. Hey, Michael, I wanted to jump into a couple of macro topics with you real quick before we jump into some of your stuff that you've been going through lately, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, the Port of New Orleans, first off, so cool when you're, on the high rise or some elevated, maybe on the West Bank, going over to Belle Chase or over the Halvey Tunnel. You see, a lot more cranes at that Nashville terminal, at the Napoleon terminal, I should say. They've more than doubled those gantry cranes, those big blue monsters, and you can notice it. It's like, wow, man, what's going on Nashville? Pretty cool.
Yeah, they're beautiful, and it's great that we're, building the capacity there. But really, the whole future is in getting this facility built down in Violet, because regardless of how many cranes you put up at Napoleon, you've got the bridge blocking the big ships getting up there. Not to mention the space constraints. So, the future is going to be down into Paris, no doubt.
Boy, you're always ahead of me on the questions.
It's not hardcore. It's like being head of a pet rock. You just gotta not go backwards.
Pet rock. How about at least the chia rock? You at least it rubs seeds and water me, and something grows out of it. How about
you are kind of like my little chia pet.
All right, I like that better than just a rock. That's what Charlie Brown.
You're a little fuzzy rock.
Charlie Brown. It's like got for Christmas, like a rock, coal in a bag. I don't want to be that. I want to be the chia with the big fro. That chia dude that grows into the big fro.
Kind of the Bob Ross chia pet.
Yep. All right, Karnak. So when's the Napoleon Terminal neighborhood cranking up? Obviously, those cranes can all be dismantled, moved down the river.
Oh, yeah.
The real question, I guess, is when will this Violet container terminal, when are the golden shovels going to be in the ground for that? And then will you and I be alive to see the Napoleon Terminal neighborhood, sort of a work, live, play, one of those lifestyle center type things? I would imagine condo towers, home sites, apartments, retail, schools, parks, all kind of stuff. On the other side of the Mississippi River floodwall on Tchoupitoulas, it's a ton of acres over there. It's ridiculous.
No doubt. So
we don't even utilize it. It's sad.
The St. Bernard project is, I don't know, probably optimistically 5 years away. That's probably a super fast time frame for it, right? It's contingent on getting the truck route built from the terminal out to Paris Road, but then. The next new neighborhood you're going to get
Florida Avenue Expressway expansion. Florida Avenue Expressway expansion. I'm sorry, I had something caught in my throat. Florida Avenue Expressway expansion.
You're going to have the new river district built out by the convention center, by the power plant.
Yep.
And that's going to be a live, work, play facility. That's going to be extraordinary. And then following that, once Napoleon Avenue moves down to Violet, then you'll see that whole area, which I don't know how many acres it is, Corey. It must be, I want to say 70. That seems like not enough.
What, the Violet?
No, Napoleon Avenue.
Oh, that what Napoleon Terminal sits on?
Yeah.
No, I think that sounds about right. Hey, Jason, Google that for us. Napoleon container terminal size, acreage. I think that sounds about right. 70 sounds about right.
Yeah, but it's going to be a fantastic place to live and work with. I think mid-level condos, like 8, 12 stories, river views, high ground, the fly right there. What a wonderful place to live and have some nice, dense, mixed-use housing.
Yeah, some walkways, people-friendly, little linear parks and the like, retail, like stuff you see on the new Ferret in between Jefferson and Napoleon. Some of these modern apartments that we've seen that built right up to the sidewalk, like in the Bywater. You think you're in like Atlanta or Dallas or Seattle or something, Portland, with some of those. And I think it would be that kind of stuff, kind of, wow, we're not, everywhere's not stuck in 1975. Wow, it's some new stuff in New Orleans.
No, it's gonna happen, and then eventually we're gonna get the Crescent City Park is gonna go from Poland Avenue all the way up past the River Shack and up to the Huey Long Bridge. And that's going to make it the longest linear park in the country, and that'll be just spectacular.
Now, you're talking about the Riverfront Park continuing like through the complex past the convention center, that Larcella complex by the power plants, around so because the port would be gone. And then the McHenry Trucking Road would become a public road to access the new neighborhood. And you're saying all that would be parks and neighborhoods and things like that.
It navigates all the way up, kind of like the Hudson River Park in New York City. And you're able to basically jog or bike what I guess would be, from Poland Avenue to the Huey P has got to be about, 15 miles?
So, no, totally. I would think Napoleon, from that, well, maybe a little less than that, but you're probably pretty close. Hey, you're talking more than the Napoleon terminal then. You're talking eventually from Napoleon all the way to Felicity. Everything on the McHenry Trucking Road, everything on the riverside of the flood wall down Chapatoulas would eventually cease being port facilities?
I think so. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to know exactly the time.
Well, that's how it should be. When I come down the end of Napoleon, when I come down the end of Louisiana, I should be entering that neighborhood, not the gates of the port. And that McHenry Trucking Road should be the road for that neighborhood.
There's a possibility that it gets used for other uses that don't require the height of the ships, like break bulk, right, or project cargo. But I think that factually, when you have 1,100 acres down in Violet and you've got the potential land value of using the current facility for housing and for other live-work reasons, it seems hard to make the argument not to convert that to residential, mixed-use
No, of
residential,
course.
right?
It just blends right into Uptown, Garden District, Irish Channel. Are you kidding me? It'd be absolutely incredible. And then all those neighborhoods would just... They're already ridiculously pricey. They'd even skyrocket more in value. All right, Michael, it's Fantasy Friday. We're going to take a quick break and come back. I want you to chew on this for a second. I mean, all this Biden money, this federal money, billions of dollars, what to do with it. I had a group talk to me about, I laid out a map of an interstate loop for them because they know my show and kind of at least seem to think I know what I'm talking about on that. Talk about this Florida Avenue Expressway, the potential of that, something that's been in planning stages for 50, 60 years, since the 60s. And then talk about, this is sort of scary. We're trying to get a port facility in Chalmette, and a lot of folks are balking. What about that long talked about Mississippi River Bridge in Chalmette, which could link up to the West Bank Road that brings you to the new LNG facility in Plaquemine? Michael Hecht's with us from Greater New Orleans, Inc. Don't move, New Orleans. Coming right back. The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region, with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating.
Yeah. Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday. Dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
In North Atlanta, you can Google it. There's a little intersection that's actually quite massive called Spaghetti Junction. And it's where a bunch of interstates and sub-interstates and highways all come together. It's a big mess. But, you know, after a few times, you know exactly where you need to go. And it actually hooks you up where you have to go and get to. It's actually sort of efficient, but from an aerial view, it looks like a bowl of spaghetti. There's so many roadways. That's why it's called Spaghetti Junction. In between I-10 and I-610 on Elysian Fields, that overpass goes over a canal and some railroad tracks, and it goes over Florida Avenue. That Lowe's on Elysian Fields is on the corner of Elysian Fields and Florida Boulevard, or Florida Avenue. Florida Avenue is a linear street that goes due east from that location and eventually runs into this, quote, 40 Arpit Canal in New Orleans East and St. Bernard Parish and runs into Paris Road, which is actually I-510. So a Florida Avenue Expressway would basically connect the I-10 and I-610 at Elysian Fields with a road that would go due east through New Orleans East, through Araby and Chalmette into Paris Road, Interstate I-510. When I was at LSU working in the legislature in the 80s, I'm not making this up, the late 80s, Buddy Roemer was governor. They had this project called the Timed Project, Transportation Intermodal Development, something or other. Anyway, that Audubon Bridge in St. Francisville to New Roads, that suspension bridge north of St. Francisville, that was part of it. The expansion, the $1 billion expansion of the UEP Long Bridge, that's from like 1987, 1988 legislation. $300 million back then allocated for a Florida Avenue Expressway overpass over the Intracoastal Waterway back in 87 or 40 years ago. Michael Hecht with us from Greater New Orleans, Inc. We call it Fantasy Friday for a reason, Michael. That Florida Avenue Expressway could get you through I-510 directly to Violet and to the port facility. Would be just a incredible growth in Araby and St. Bernard as a parish. Home sites would soar, home values would soar, growth would be incredible. And then a Mississippi River bridge linking the East Bank and West Bank from Chalmette to Algiers. You could link into Highway 23 to Plaquemine and that eventual LNG facility. Other port facilities moving down the river. You'd have this Florida Avenue Expressway, this new Mississippi River Bridge, this West Bank road going south. That's the future, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. The Florida Avenue Expressway would be a boon to the people of St. Bernard because it would increase the number of linear thoroughfares going through the parish by 50%.
Exactly.
Right?
Evacuation for hurricanes, get to Lakeside Mall in 15 minutes instead of 45.
But I also wonder, the issue now is that they've done such a good job at St. Bernard rebuilding Araby and Chalmette up there against the 40-Arpent Canal. I wonder if the people there would politically support getting the expressway built now, because they've got homes now built all the way up, and these are homes that are going for, they're going for $200 a square foot now.
Oh,
they're expensive homes now.
Yeah, you may have to jog it farther north, into that wetland or something. I don't know what you're going to do, but no, there's a lot of people in Violet that don't want the port facility, and it's a container facility. It's non-polluting. It's just moving cargo off of ships and putting it on rail or 18-wheelers, and a lot of folks are against that. But right next door is a chemical plant or an oil and gas facility. It's mind-boggling to me. The port facility is not cancer-causing, I promise you.
Yeah, it's about as good. Look, I live 4 blocks from the one, that currently exists, and the neighborhood's done okay, right?
Yeah, there's not that's a cleaner. That's not Cancer Alley, I can promise you.
No, except for the cigarettes people are smoking with their gin and tonics.
Right, of course. Well, that's the usual going on in New Orleans, but we can't help that. No, it seems like
I want
it's
to go.
the future.
I want to go back, Corey. To did I send you that slide from Finland called "What Finland"?
No. Oh, yes, the one that I think I basically said everything on it. New Orleans is the exact opposite. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that something? So for the listeners, I was over in Helsinki. I'm there under a consul of Finland, and the communications minister, the vice minister, put up a slide that was meant to describe what Finland is, and it was called "What Finland?" And the points it had were: trust is behind everything. We have a no-nonsense culture. We believe in team play. We have a low level of hierarchies. We're not too rich, so we have to be more innovative. We have low corruption, and everything works.
Yep, and I think my reply was, John Alario approach, take everything that's not nailed down, all nonsense. Where's the next 3 for 1 at the bar? It's 11 a.m. We have no brains. We simply wing it and hope for the best. It's all about hierarchy. White, rich, uptown people that control the business community, black, hack politicians that control government. Not too rich, poverty-stricken community, highly closed-minded and parochial. Literally one of the world's highest levels of corruption per capita. So, yeah, not much works here in New Orleans except music and food, I think is how I finished that one. Boy, I was on a rant. No, the What is Finland thing is absolutely perfect. I mean, trust behind everything. No nonsense culture and mindset. Use our brains. World's lowest level of hierarchies equals great efficiency / time. Not too rich, highly innovative. World's lowest level of corruption. Everything works here in Finland. Wow.
But let me tell you, what I really took from it, and then I'll give you a good piece.
Michael, you've got like 15 seconds. Can you do it?
We had our graduation ceremony today for our HBCU STEM internship program. Over a dozen companies hired great interns from our local HBCUs. This is how kids are getting great jobs and companies are getting great workers. I believe in the future.
Michael, you're the man. Let's pick it up next week where we left off. Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans Inc. Corey Johnson with you. 5 o'clock Power Hour next.
If you or a loved one are suffering from addiction, listen to Springfield Wellness Center's founder, Paula Norris Metier.
I feel personally, when I walk around on the grounds, that it's sacred ground. It's healing. Just the environment is healing. Just being here makes one feel like that, I can let go. I can let go of the worry. I can let go of the stress that I've been carrying around for a long time. We don't shame anybody. We don't blame anybody. We don't judge anyone. Just that alone really is the foundation on which everything else that we do is done.
Put your addiction behind you. Call Springfield Wellness Center, 504-291-4000.
Just call us. That's all. And we'll be waiting for you.
504-291-4000. 291-4000. Springfield Wellness Center. SpringfieldWellnessCenter.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top Benjamin Moore exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
That's a good way to crank up Friday at 5 o'clock. A little Jetsons. Wow. How many human beings produced this song? Lots of instruments, huh?
Meet George Jetson.
Lots of singers, too.
His boy Elroy. Daughter Judy. Jane, his wife.
To watch video of that studio recording, huh? Adults having to sing those lines? That'd be interesting. Yeah, you right. This video you can check out. Angus Young in, I would say the schoolboy outfit, but I think actually he doesn't even have on a shirt. And just, 5% body fat. Not like he works out all the time, but just tearing up George Benson's on Broadway. If you were wondering what it was, sounds familiar-ish. Just lots of Angus Young add-ins. Yeah, you right. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. That's right. I said Fantasy Friday. I just mentioned 5 o'clock on a Friday. 5 o'clock power hour to be specific. The weekend's in front of us. What's the old line? A bad day fishing's better than a good day at work. I'm going to have to order that bumper sticker and not put that on the back of my car. Next to that other bumper sticker says, protected by Smith & Wesson. I'm not going to put that one on the back of my car either. And those big metal, you-know-what, hanging down, I'm not putting those on my back bumper. Anyway, it is a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. It is a little bit after 5 p.m. We like recognizing this time of the week, putting the spotlight on this time of the week. We do that by blowing the 5 o'clock whistle. Hit it, Jason. Oh, yeah, 5 o'clock whistle. I like the sound of that. It's like you're walking out of the plant. The shift's over. You got your hard hat under one arm, the lunch box under the other. Hit it again. The 5 o'clock whistle, very appropriately brought to you by Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Yeah, you right, Super D in Chalmette. Paris Road at Soledad, about 6 blocks north of Judge Perez, about 6 minutes off the I-10 via I-510 to Paris Road. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, cold beer. You could send an Uber to pick up your order and pay them and still save a ton of money, especially you folks that buy wine by the case, liquor by the case. I'm talking high-end expensive stuff. Get it for the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law, only at Super Discount Store in Chalmette. It's not a sale. It's not on select items. It's on everything all the time. Lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, cold beer. Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Super Discount Store.
5 o'clock whistle on a Friday, appropriately brought to you by Super Discount Store in Chalmette. There she blows. Thanks for checking us out. Oh So Fine 93.9 FM. Thanks for checking us out on YouTube. Yeah, you go to YouTube, put in Corey Johnson Neutral Ground. You can check out the program there. Till 5:30, about 21 more minutes on television. Yeah, thanks for checking us out on Cox Channel 4. I see you watching in your den. Thanks for checking us out on Spectrum Channel 333. You could be watching local news. Yuck. You could be watching national stuff. Yuck. Check me out from 4 to 5:30 on television. I mentioned YouTube, CoreyTalks.com, live audio streaming, live video streaming. Check out the full program there. And any way you check out the program, you can always dial us up. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Got a couple of $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. I don't need the exact year, but within a year or two or so. What year did Lincoln Beach close? Yet another summer season in New Orleans. No Lincoln Beach, no Pontchartrain Beach. Mayor Latoya, the Destroyer, Cantrell said both would be opening soon. Any thoughts, any progress on any of them? What year did Lincoln Beach close? Give me the answer to that. I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. I got a second $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. What year did Pontchartrain Beach close? What year did Pontchartrain Beach close? Give me the answer to that. Within a year or two or three, I'll give you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate, 504-766-9480. 766-9480. Corey Johnson with you on a Fantasy Friday. Yeah, that goofy bad day fishing better than, not goofy, just, bad day fishing better than a good day working. A rainy weekend's better than a sunny work day, huh? I'll take this weekend with rain if that's what's in the forecast. I'd rather go, God, we got a cool front coming in. It's going to be 70 and sunny. We got a lot of that in the spring. We kind of need the rain, too. I mean, I don't mean to, hey, bring on the rain. But it's been really dry lately. We need a little agua. Water the lawn, the plants, all that stuff. Just push the dust and dirt and pollen down the drain, huh? No, it's been sort of drought-ish. So this rain is actually sort of welcome. But hopefully we get rain like you go to sleep and about 5 minutes later it rains and 5 minutes before you wake up it's stopped. Just the overnight stuff so we can enjoy the weekend. Fantasy Friday, lots of rain earlier, including a funnel cloud in Lakeview. That's just scary. You're thinking, my God, could a tornado be coming next? Man, I picked up some to-go order from Lebanon's today because it was overcast and it wasn't raining, just sort of that threat of rain. The breeze was blowing. People were eating outside and it was comfortable. I was standing outside talking to somebody for a few minutes. Hussein, the owner, and Dave Millett, an insurance guy I know. And I said that. I was like, man, you could eat outside right now. It was totally the same temperature as the air-conditioned dining room because of that cloud cover and the breeze blowing. No, but I'm not saying dine outside unless the weather's right. I'm not going to push that on you. I mean, right now it's summertime in New Orleans. The weather has to be perfect. Like today's lunchtime was really, you could eat outside. But they've got the air-conditioning dining room and they got to-go orders. Tonight for dinner, lamb chop, shish kebab, Lebanon's Cafe. Boy, is that place good. Catch them over the weekend. They open about 11 every day, and they go till 9:30 at night. Straight through, so you can go there at 2:30 in the afternoon if you want. January 6th committee hearings. Did you watch any of that last night? Politics are so weird these days. They really are. Last night I'm watching it, and then I'm flipping on to Fox because they're not showing it. And Liz Cheney, a Republican, kind of leads off the committee hearing. And then she's mentioning Hannity tweets in their presentation. Sean Hannity and Meadows are tweeting back and forth. And then Hannity's on dissecting the committee hearings, and he's part of the committee hearings. The dynamic of politics and media and so-called media like MSNBC is not news, it's left-wing political news, and Fox isn't news, it's right-wing political news, and they're both full of talk pundits. It's like talk. It's like talk radio, talk TV like I do. It's not journalism news, but really interesting, just that dynamic alone, much less the horrible things that went down yesterday. Let's see if we can squeeze in a phone call real quick. Uh-oh. Mike joins us via the cellular device. What's up, Mike?
What's going on? Yeah, you're right. It's 1962, huh? When Lincoln Beach closed?
You're pretty close. I'll give you are correct on that.
Yeah, you're right.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
I got 1964.
64, 62, that's close enough.
Yeah, 58 years ago it's been shut down. Only 58 years. I mean, is that mind-boggling? Clean water, nice beach.
I went by there about a month ago in my boat.
You did?
The beach is full of people.
I bet. Pontchartrain Beach too, right?
Yeah, there's people like all hanging out at Lincoln Beach, swimming, fishing.
Good.
Thing at Pontchartrain Beach.
Good, but no progress being made, really, right?
Oh, it's a jungle behind it.
No, exactly. Hang on, don't go anywhere. You're going to the Woodhouse Day Spa. Yeah, you're right.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
When you think of Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, Super discount store in Chalmette.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Yeah, you right. Hey, every day this program on radio, on television, on the internet device, CoreyTalks.com live streaming. You can check out the show now on YouTube. Check out past programs on YouTube. It's always brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Tomorrow, a big car buying day. Saturday, Lamarck Ford, #1 Ford dealership in the region. Lamarck Lincoln, you guessed it, #1 Lincoln dealership in the region. New, pre-owned, service, repairs, parts. Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Parks got you covered at the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Every day this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Every Friday around 5:20 we head to the River Bend, right off Leak Avenue, River Road, where Dante Street is like glass and Hampson Street is like a lunar landing. Frank Brigsten joins us from his program.
Hey, Corey.
A lunar surface. How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Doing fantastic, man. I know you fired up about Friday for the weekend. Y'all had a good Thursday night going at the restaurant last night.
We did. We had a lot of fun. Very festive. A lot of friends. Made a lot of new friends too.
Wait, I have to send up a flare, an alert, an alarm. Brightson's has chicken. Brightson's has chicken.
Boy, and everybody that gets it really loves it. You know, when you order a chicken dish, you never know if it's going to be good or just good or exciting. And people are really blown away by it, mostly by the quality of the chicken itself.
I'm going to talk about that in a second. Can we back up for a minute first?
Of course.
This had to be one of the best weeks of your life.
Yes.
Tell us about, earlier in the week, this Ella Brennan Lifetime Achievement Award in the hospitality industry. Tell us about this wine and food experience and presenting you with this award.
Well, it may have been the best night of my life, Corey, and I mean that. This week is the New Orleans Food and Wine Experience, which is all week long with different events. We started it off Tuesday, where I was the recipient of the Ella Brennan Lifetime Achievement Award for Hospitality. And obviously, the most amazing award I can achieve. And it was a magical evening. We were at the Four Seasons in a big room. We oversold the event. It was over 350 friends of Frank, and we had a rocking good time. It was all surprises to me. So the speakers were surprises. I had one of my dear lifelong high school friends spoke. T. Martin, of course. Susan Spicer spoke. And the food was all catered by chef friends of mine, some of my very favorite restaurants in town. Susan Spice of Rosedale, Jordan and Amaris from Palm and Pine, Chef Stephen Marcella from La Gloriette across the lake, a brand new restaurant. Steve used to work for me. They even asked me what my favorite fried chicken was. They had McCarty's Fried Chicken, McCarty's on Broad Street.
Yep.
So it was just so memorable, and music provided by the Noka Jazz Ensemble. These young men,
Wow.
oh my gosh, I could have been in a jazz club in New York in the 50s. These guys are playing wonderful, wonderful jazz. And the whole night was just spectacular. And the Four Seasons, of course, is a spectacular facility and very gracious and professional hospitality.
Frank, in 2022, so many people jump from job to job, even industry to industry. Your restaurant's been around for 35 plus years. You've been at it for 50 plus, all in the same industry. You mentioned T. Martin, same thing for her. Susan Spicer, same thing for her. These are lifetime restaurant people like you.
Yes.
There's not a lot of people. I would say 1-2% of the population that are in that boat. And then you could take that 1-2% and maybe 1-2% of them get recognized like you did by your peers. That's special.
Yes, it was just mind-blowing, and I'm still up in the clouds. I'm starting to see land, but the emotions were so high, and it was just intensely exciting because every time I turned, it was another friend wishing me well. And my wife, who was in charge of planning all these surprises, the day of the event that afternoon at home, she said, "I'm going to the drugstore. You need anything?" I said, "No, I'm all right." She came back 45 minutes later with my sister Lisa from Salt Lake City, who surprised me with a visit.
Nice.
And my best friend Neil flew in from Kentucky unannounced. And so it was just lovely. I'll never forget it.
I'm so glad to hear it. You deserve it, Frank. Hey, I know you work in the line tonight, so we're going to make it real quick. You're the master chef. I'm the radio TV guy. They call this a segue. You said you're starting to land. How about that airline chicken?
How about that chicken?
Oh, boy.
We're getting this incredible quality chicken. It's called Bell and Evans. And it's all natural, organic, dry, cool chicken. It's the tenderest, moistest, most flavorful chicken I have ever had. So the airline breast is a boneless breast skin on, and they leave the drumette on. So when you order it, we heat up a skillet, and we brown the skin side in some olive oil, and then flip it and pan roast in the oven until it's just done. And so it's nice and juicy and freshly cooked. And that's served with Papa Tom's stone ground grits from Baton Rouge. And Chef Larry makes an andouille sausage gravy. And it is killer.
I've had trouble going back to a boneless, skinless breast, which I never was a fan of to begin with. I want to meet Frankie Airline, or I know it's the wing that's hooked to it, the drumette. That's why they call it that. I'm joking. But the drumette being connected to the breast allows the skin to remain on the breast, which is absolutely genius. So whichever butcher cut that, you got to give him a pat on the back, Frank, because
yeah, I agree.
That saves
I'm
it.
not quite sure why they use the name airline. One of our servers Googled it, but I forget the answer.
I'm thinking because the drumette's hooked to it, like it's flying, still.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a wing
Got a
kind of
wing.
thing. Yeah, kind of. Yep.
And we got a couple of new items on the menu tonight, Corey. Yesterday, Marna went and picked up some beautiful Creole tomatoes from our tomato guy, Jimmy Perilou, at the farmer's market. So we're adding a Creole tomato salad with Vidalia onions, pesto balsamic vinaigrette, and a little feta cheese over the top.
How can you go wrong with that?
I just made one up for the staff to taste. Beautiful. And Chef Samantha has created a new dessert for us tonight. She's calling it a Fluffer Nutter cheesecake. It's hazelnut chocolate cheesecake drizzled with a little peanut butter sauce. It is.
Wow.
It'll make your eyes cross.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. That chocolate d'auberge type cake you guys serve, that thing just looks so, like it's almost dripping. It's so moist looking.
Yeah, it is so moist, and it's a huge piece of chocolate cake, but it's actually much lighter than it looks. And, of course, served with a chocolate sauce and whipped cream. So it's a killer. You know, I look at it and I say, I'll never finish this, but I always scrape the plate.
Well, the slice does look rich. It looks like you took a whole cake and shrunk it into a slice. It looks thick,
Yeah,
dense, and
right.
wet.
That's right. And we're still in Louisiana blueberry season, too. So we
Nice.
have blueberry bread pudding with white chocolate sauce and lemon blueberry creme brulee. Those should go another week or two. And then a week from Tuesday, I forget. The restaurant week is coming up on the 20th, I want to say. And for that week, we're going to be offering a 4-course vegetarian menu that includes a watermelon salad, a vegan, gluten-free okra gumbo, a stuffed mirliton, and a selection of desserts, including Tres Leches creme brulee.
Wow. Anything before we let you go, Frank? I know, like I said earlier, you're working the line today, right?
I am. I'm on saute tonight with Chef Larry, which is my happy place, and I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun tonight. I visited Marna for a moment a little while ago. We were a little slower than normal for Friday, so there's probably a couple of late tables available, and by late I mean 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Wow, prime time.
And probably the same tomorrow. I call this Beach Week. It's a little slow because everybody's at the beach. So it's a good time to get out and enjoy your favorite restaurant. Give us a call if you're in the neighborhood, and we'll take care of you.
861-7610. 861-7610. Yeah, I mentioned Lebanon's Cafe a lot. Brightson's, Frank, if you can get to Causeway and River Road, you're 3-4 minutes from Brightson's, from Causeway and River Road. So Old Metairie, Old Jefferson, New Metairie folks, even beelining from the North Shore. I mean, you're at Trey Yen's parking lot. You're at Causeway and River Road in 30 minutes. You're at Brightson's in 35 minutes from Mandeville.
Yep.
It's that easy. Right across the tracks, right down Leak Avenue. You can park in that where
Dante Village Shopping Center.
Dante Village, and walk 10 feet down Dante.
Yeah, we're actually a part of Dante Village, so that lot is for our customers too.
Perfect. Always a pleasure, Frank.
Have a great weekend, Corey, and we love you, New Orleans, and have fun and take care of each other.
Congratulations on the award.
Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it.
That's Frank Brigsten from his restaurant in the Riverbend section of Uptown for over 35 years. James Beard Award-winning chef. He joins us every Friday for a few minutes. One of the highlights of the week for me. Yeah, it's just stress-free, talking about something positive and fun and good, something we all love, good food, learning something about good food. Brightson's has some openings, prime time, 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight, 7:30, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. That's unheard of. They're going to be gone in a second. 861-7610 is the phone number at Brightson's. 861-7610. Call them right now and book a reservation. You won't be sorry. 861-7610. So good, Brightson's in the Riverbend. Corey Johnson with you. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yeah, that airline chicken breast is genius. I mean, I don't know. A boneless, skinless chicken breast is kind of bland. Yeah, I mean, you can marinate it. You can put barbecue sauce on. You can all kind of do all kind of stuff. I eat them, but they're kind of bland. With the little drumette still hooked on and the skin still hooked on, boy, that's just lots of fat, and that equals flavor. It gets crispy. It gets good. That's just a great piece of chicken. I get the butchers at Rouse's to cut them for me. They'll cut them from a whole chicken. Airline chicken breasts. Request those next time. You'll love them so much better than a regular boneless, skinless chicken breast. All the benefits of that, what the skin's still intact. I don't know how you can't beat that. I guess for someone totally looking for the health conscious thing, they don't want the skin. But the good thing is you could peel the skin off after you cook it, and that would reduce the fat. Only a little bit of the fat that leaked in from the skin into the chicken, add a little flavor. Can't be too bad for you. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. One $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate left. Who was that calling? Was that David? Oh, that was. Oh, Mike in Metairie. Pretty interesting, Jason. He says he comes up on his boat, and he says Pontchartrain Beach is packed on the weekend, so is Lincoln Beach, and it's true. I used to go on Pontchartrain Beach a few years ago. I remember when they had, this is like pre-Katrina, they had that old tennis court. It was weird on the kind of eastern side of the office park, and you could park right there. And the tennis court had like a chain and a lock. It was some New Orleans gimmick where certain people had access to this tennis court, just a scam. But you could walk around it and you could just access the beach, and it's nice beach. It'd be really nice if they imported sand from maybe the Florida Panhandle, had a beach machine that raked it, that type of stuff, and you could make it really, really, really nice. But people still flock to it. The water's nice. You can go in the water. It's safe. Same with Lincoln Beach. Clean water, nice beach. I had two $50 Woodhouse Day Spa trivia questions. What year did Lincoln Beach close? Mike in Metairie said 1962. He was close. 1964, or 58 years ago. Sinful of the city of New Orleans. This gem, this natural gem that folks still flock to. They go to it anyway. And he, like Mike described, a jungle around it. It's like Hain Boulevard, train tracks and flood wall, jungle, and then the old kind of walkway still for the amusement park. Some structures from the amusement park sort of still there, all beat up, rusted, and then the lake. They still may be the swimming pools at Lincoln Beach, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe they're filled in or demolished. I'm not sure, but beach access, concrete pier, clean water. 58 years since 1964, Lincoln Beach has been closed. I got another $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. What year did Pontchartrain Beach close? Lincoln Beach closed in 1964. I can't believe that place has been abandoned. I'm born in 66. I'm 56 years old. Place has been abandoned longer than I've been on the planet. There's something painfully wrong with that. A Dallas, a Houston, Atlanta, they'd cut off their left arm to have a natural beach on a lake. Cut off their left arm. They dig it and build it from scratch. They make the lake, man-made beach. We'd love to have it. No, we have it and we ignore it for 58 years. How long have we been ignoring Pontchartrain Beach? When did it close? Give me the answer to that. I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480, 766-9480. Give us a call. I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse. Yeah, it's another summer, another season. And no Lincoln Beach and no Pontchartrain Beach. And West End Park now, for going on 20 years, has sat idle. Nothing being done at West End Park. What a waste. Sinful. You don't think a Dallas or Houston or Atlanta would love something like a West End Park where they could build something over a body of water where people could eat at restaurants, live, work, play right there? Are you kidding? You're joking, huh? West End Park, 17, 18 years abandoned. What year did Pontchartrain Beach close? Give me the answer to that. I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. January 6th committee hearings. Politics, man, just crazy today. Liz Cheney is a Republican through and through, lifelong Republican. That can't be denied. There's no way to twist that. She's not a Democrat. She isn't a liberal. She's not a rhino. She doesn't lean left. Her father's Dick Cheney. She's been a lifelong Republican. She's not a liberal or a Democrat in the least bit. Not at all. She's like George Will, though. She's like Quinn Hillier. I get on Quinn Hillier, Ellis Hennigan all the time. Ellis Hennigan is liberal and left-leaning. Quinn Hillier is conservative and right-leaning. Quinn Hillier's been a conservative since he's like 12. He'll tell you like a geeky kid who was into politics in 7th, 8th, 9th grade, years before he could vote. More knowledgeable about politics than a lot of adults that could vote. Just has always been into it, always believed in these conservative ideals. Quinn Hillier's anti-Trump. Doesn't like Trump, doesn't think Trump is good for the Republican Party, doesn't like the direction the Republican Party's going by following everything, letting Donald Trump dictate policy fully. There's no one that is in the Republican Party Congress or Senate that consults or influences Trump. They all try. Sometimes Trump goes along with what they said and they stick their chest out proud like they had something to do with the decision. A lot of the time he goes the opposite direction and they hang their head low and go, I couldn't change his mind. It's Trump. Liz Cheney doesn't like Donald Trump. Liz Cheney is a lifelong Republican. Today's Republican Party is a populist party that, are we going to stay true to our roots and be the Republican Party, or are we going to hook our wagon to Trump? It would be a bloodbath if the Republicans were just themselves competing against the Democrats, who are so lame. Yet they have no direction, trying to appease everybody. I couldn't tell you their game plan, goal, objective, any of it. It's insanity. It gets hyper woke. It gets anti-American. It's crazy. That's the competition, like a 2-14 ball club. And the Republicans are barely beating that ball club, that beat up, decimated, terrible ball club, the Democrats. Now, because the Republicans hooked their wagon to Donald Trump, and he's so caustic. You know, you can like the way he votes or that he goes this conservative lean and Republican lately. I hear you. I get that. And that you don't like liberals and Democrats. I fully get that. But his baggage keeps Democrats in the game. I think Republicans are going to slaughter it at midterms. One thing that could affect him, more of Trump, and if the abortion issue comes to the forefront, if the Supreme Court has a decision on abortion before the midterms, that could change midterm elections drastically. But Liz Cheney, I don't know. I'm an independent. I'm a moderate person. I like John Bel Edwards, not like he's a great governor, but I like his ideals. He's sort of a blue dog Democrat. I like Kasich for president. A lot of conservatives would go Kasich's a sellout. I mean, no liberals or Democrats are embracing Kasich as one of their own. So no, I Liz Cheney, I probably disagree with 50% of how she thinks, because she's a staunch conservative. And staunch conservatives that don't flex a lot towards the other side, like hardcore leftists that don't flex to the other side, I'm probably only agree with maybe 50% of how they think at best. So how Liz Cheney and I think ideology-wise, probably not the exact same, but her integrity, her ethics, her morals can't be challenged. You can like or love Donald Trump and what he stands for and what he's doing all day long. And that's fine. But, and this to you may not mean anything, especially when it comes to politics and voting and all that. You can justify it however you want. But when it comes to integrity, ethics, and morals, Liz Cheney's showing incredible backbone against a very, popular former president in Trump, and the Trump mania that has taken over the Republican Party. She's going against that. And that takes guts and courage. And Liz Cheney showed those types of things, that guts and courage, Donald Trump doesn't know what that means. And integrity, ethics, and morals, again, vote for him all day long. I'm not trying to tell you to not, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about, hey, what I'd want my son to grow up and be like, who I'd want my daughter to marry. you know, Liz Cheney seems to be a high-integrity, ethically based, moral person, and Donald Trump has no interest in any of that. And the January 6th, you can look at that as a joke. It's never going away. It'll be remembered in U.S. history forever. Forever. You can try to downplay it or say it's fake or not real, or the media's built it up. There are just too many things, like the Russian counterpart calling U.S. military guys, what's going on? Are y'all in trouble? Like, hey, no, it's just how democracy works, you know, trying to downplay it. The world noticed. There's no way to downplay it or act like it didn't happen. And just Donald Trump with the let's march on the Capitol, Trump giddy and happy in the Oval Office, and his own family and everybody, you know, basically that works for him trying to tell him to stop it, and he's giddy about it. No, it just yells what I think anyone who's fair and objective about it, even if you like or vote for Trump, it's all about Donald Trump. He is just very narcissistic, egomaniacal, and totally self-absorbed and sort of friendless. And it's all about him. It's all about him. And America or democracy or protecting that, the transition of power, all of that stuff. Mike Pence is going to come out as like a hero during all of this for doing the right thing and not succumbing to Trump's pressure play, his power play. No, you can like him and vote for him all day, but I think those things are pretty basic, and you have to acknowledge that for Trump, it's about him, it's about his ego, it's just a self-absorbed guy that wasn't too concerned about America or democracy, or that the Capitol was getting attacked. It was crazy by a bunch of lunatics. Now, we'll cut, you know, a lot of liberals like, man, that's just Trump people. It's like, no, it was. And a lot of those folks would say Black Lives Matter. That's Black Lives Matter people. And those were Black Lives Matter people. But I think you get two different types of Black Lives Matter marchers. Baton Rouge, we saw it. A righteous group, black and white, marching with police, because that's the goal. Unity, equality, getting treated the same, everybody together, a gumbo. They marched on the Capitol, big success. Then you had about a bunch of out-of-town agitators that came into march under the Black Lives Matter guys, and they're like, what? This isn't over. Let's march on the police station. Let's block the interstate. Let's throw rocks and water bottles at the police. Let's get arrested. Let's cause problems. Two different groups, both under the guise of Black Lives Matter. I got friends that have Trump puppets, MAGA hats, all of that. They're not storming the Capitol. They're just conservatives that like what Trump stands for, and they're voting Republican. So you can't say like every Trump supporter or MAGA person, that's the people that stormed the Capitol. Just like you can't say the people that threw rocks and blocked the interstate, that's Black Lives Matter. It's the exact same thing. These are sort of decentralized groups. There's no board of directors. There's no P.O. box. There's no headquarters. You know, Black Lives Matter founders take money from donors and build mansion. When you talk about the 2 or 3 girls that came up with the name Black Lives Matter, there are thousands of factions of Black Lives Matter. Those stole money. I'm sure there's some MAGA folks that were in Charlottesville that ran over people in a car. That's all of that's MAGA. So it's, I don't know, people on the extreme left and right, they like just making those generalizations, but I think most people sort of understand these things a little bit. I mean, just, I don't know, you can look at the facts and try to observe it realistically, or you can think how you want and make it to fit your narrative, kind of believe what you want to believe or what you hope is true, or you can kind of follow the facts. Corey Johnson with you. Hey, tonight for dinner, how about Fausto's Italian Bistro? They're on Vets, right by the parish line, about 6 blocks in from Vets. Fausto's Italian Bistro, New Orleans-inspired Sicilian and Italian. Chicken, veal, fish, age-old recipes. You won't be disappointed. Great service, easy and convenient. Roland or Fausto, one of the brothers will be there tonight. They're open till 10 p.m. tonight for dinner. Make it Fausto's Italian Bistro.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top Benjamin Moore exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that